Hello everybody at More Playing Board Games, and welcome! I need to get into the black seat. We are here with our four-handed solo run through Brethren of Ash with a Kluver Trish, a Flex Joe Diamond, a Flex Tommy Muldoon, and a Fighter Daniela Reyes. This is going to be a great time. Alright, let me just shuffle the encounter deck right now, even though you don't need to anymore. Past curfew. The campus is strangely quiet, and there's no sign of your friend. Hooded figures cross the quad as nervous students scurry under the painfully bright street lamps. As an action, parlay. Test book 2. If you succeed, discard a bystander enemy at your location. 3 doom advances. Where there's smoke, ... You are searching for the dormitories for any sign of your friend. At the end of the round, investigators may spend the requisite number of clues as a group to advance. So we need 8 clues, and conveniently, we have 8 clues. As an action, choose an enemy at the connecting location. That enemy moves to this location and engages you. This action does not provoke attacks of opportunity. Alright. Now let's put 20 cards in front of us and see how we handle it. Alrighty. Let's stop over here for Trish. We have Alton, we have the Cryptographic Cipher. That seems like a pretty alright turn. We have an Out the Door. I think I keep the Perception. I'd kind of like a Magnifying Glass. We're getting rid of the second Alton. I think I can get rid of that, and let's draw 2 more cards. After you've made an enemy exhausted, draw a card to move. Okay, this is like a perfect... I'm very happy with this opening hand. I think the only thing that would make it better is if I had a Magnifying Glass. Over here in Joe Diamond land, we have a Practice Makes Perfect, a Machete, and then we're going to throw these in here. Obviously, Autopsy Report would be sweet, but I'm not going to mulligan super hard for it. Okay, that's a pretty bad rest of the flop there, but this is sort of a skill-based deck, so they are prone to have bad mulligans. Tommy's got a little dog. Oh, sorry, and we also have 1, 2, and then you are 1, 1. I need to put these all in here. Give me a second. We got Trish. We got Joe, and he's a 1, 1. We got Tommy. He's a 2. And we got Daniela, and she doesn't have an in the thick of it. And Trish doesn't have an in the thick of it. Okay. Well, we're going to keep the police dog, and then I think we're going to mulligan everything else. Okay. I think that's a pretty alright opening hand. Not going to lie. And then over here, we have the wrench, which is... We have the wrench and the bandolier. Okay. I can get rid of the end of the road. I think we can get rid of the counterpunch. I think I'm even going to get rid of the beat cop, and we're going to try to get boxing gloves. No, this is really good. Okay. So, I think we got it. Daniela Reyes is going to play Stand together. She's going to gain 2 resources, and she's going to choose Trish to gain 2 resources. We are then going to spend 2 and then 4 in total to play a wrench and a bandolier. And we're just going to prep for that. We'll go over to Trish next. Trish is going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2 of her actions to play a Cryptographic Cipher and an Alton O'Connell, which is going to give her a foot. We're then going to investigate this location with the Cryptographic Cipher. We're going to commit, I think, a Eureka to this. So we're going 4 to 0. During this test, I'm going to exhaust him and spend 0 evidence to discover a clue at my location, where X is the shroud value of my location. It's 0. So then we're going 5 to 2 here, and let's just make sure I pressed this properly. And then let's draw our token. Alright, we'll discover a clue, and then we'll look at the top 3 cards of the deck. We'll take the Lucky Cigarette Case and shuffle those in. Alright, well, Joe Diamond is going to investigate with a Practice Makes Perfect for his first action, because you know he's a real one. So we're going to investigate at 4 to 2. We'll look at the top 9 cards. And I'll commit this Perception to this test. So then we are 6 to 2. Alright, we succeed. So we're going to grab a clue. We're going to draw a card and draw a card off the Perception. So a card off the Perception, a card off of Joe's ability, and this comes back to my hand, actually. I think that I'm going to drop down the machete, and this is old school machete, not new school machete. And then I think I'm honestly just going to burn the Midnight Oil, and we're going to run that Perception back and go 6-2. Alright, that happens. We got the 2 resources, though, so it's not the end of the world. Over here, Tommy is kind of spoiled for choice. We don't have a Charisma. We kind of had the guard dog, like the police dog was kind of just here to take up, like, to help us in the long term. The rookie cop is probably fine to put down right now, because then we can just, like, be aggressive if people take damage, and we're essentially spending 3 resources for, like, a warder protection type effect, and then also a clue. We're then going to play an emergency cache. And then I think for my last action, we're going to use our ability to spend a resource to then pay 1, 2, 3 to bring down this M1911, but it'll come in with 2 additional ammo. That's not right. Those don't become clue tokens. They become these tokens. Okay, I think that was a pretty successful first round. People are set up and happy. We got a deduction out of Trish, so why don't we go upkeep? Another Eureka is huge. A Perception is huge. A Task Force is nice. And a Beat Cop is fine. Okay. We'll then go 1 of 3, and we'll go around starting with Trish. Cantor of Flame. This is a 2/2/2 with Retaliate. Okay. Joe Diamond. If you have no clues, it gains Surge. Otherwise, test book 3. For each point you fail by, you must either place one of your clues in your location or take a horror. We're going to go 4-3. Honestly, give me 6-handed. I'm ready for it. We succeed, so we'll draw a card and gain a resource. That's knuckin' futz, man. Holy shit. Holy shit. Alright, let's enlarge these chaos tokens for you. We drew the tower. Okay, that's annoying, but that's okay. Tommy over here, man, test brain 3. For each point you fail by, you must either discard a card from your hand at random or lose a resource. So we're going to go 3 all on this one. The current act number is 1, so we're just going to lose a resource from this Wild Compulsion. And then up here on Daniela, test brain or book X, where X is the number of cards in your hand. If you fail, take 1 damage and discard a card at random. So we're going to go 3-3 on this one. Alright, so we fail. So we're going to take a damage, but we're going to put it on the rookie cop. This thing doesn't have peril, so we don't have to worry about that. And then we'll discard a random card from our hand. I'd like to keep the beat cop if possible. Yeah, the vicious blow is fine to lose. It's going to suck for the next part of this, but we're not in that part right now. Okay! Well, someone's got to help Trish. That's the truth. I can play Beat Cop, Engage, Punch. We don't get the extra damage. Joe can Machete, but Joe's a little bit busy. He's going to play the tower this turn and then probably Investigate. I mean, Trish also can take a free Evade, which is pretty good. So why don't we do that? Let's evade this guy at 6-2 with our free evade, because that's just something that Trish does now. Alright, so we succeed, so we'll look at the top 3. I'll grab that magnifying glass. This guy is evaded. I'm going to fast out the magnifying glass. Ooh, am I? I am not. We're going to start by spending 2 for the Lucky Cigarette Case. And then we're going to investigate with the Cryptographic Cipher to give this -2 Shroud. We'll use Alton O'Connell during this test to grab a clue, and we're also going to commit this out the door. Gain 2 resources. And then we have 4-0, 5-0. Alright, we're going to grab a clue. And we're going to draw a card. Okay. I'm going to fast out a magnifying glass. And then I think I'm just going to investigate at 5-2 here for my last action. Nice. We'll grab a clue. I'm a happy boy. All right. That's good. All right. So Joe has to get these 2 clues perfectly in a perfect world. I think that Daniela is just going to attack this guy at 7-2 twice. Maybe we put down the B-Cop and make it 8-2. That's kind of crazy, huh? That Daniela just on turn 2 can attack for 8 with her signature. Only for 1 damage, mind you, but that's kind of a big-ass number, right? All right, Joe's going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4. Play the tower. We're going to investigate at 6-2. We're just using these perceptions wildly here because I'm not too concerned about the second half of this. At least on the clue side. Like, it's going to be tough, but I think that we're going to be okay. We're going to draw a card of our ability and 1 card off the perception, so we'll draw 2 here. Interesting. When an enemy enters your location. Okay, okay. Alright, I'm going to investigate for my last action at 4-2. We're going to grab this clue. And I'm not even going to wait for a better opportunity. We're just going to treat this as like a pseudo out the door burning the midnight oil because money's money and we lost some. Alright, Daniela, as I mentioned, is going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4. She's going to play the beat cop and then we're going to attack this guy at 8-2 twice. So first attack is a -1, reveal another token. Alright, that's -2 in total. So he'll take a damage, and we'll go again. -1, reveal another token. I'm adding deja vu, that's crazy. Alright, this guy's dead, though. Good job, Daniela. Tommy's going to gain a resource. Playing so far, I mean, we're only on turn 2, and this is a very easy scenario, so we'll see when things get more complicated. At the end of the round, investigators may spend... Alright, end of the round. We're going to spend... We gained a resource. We're going to play this Hallowed Mirror. And then I think we're just going to gain a resource. Bad Omen in those tokens. It really does feel like it, right? Upkeep. 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 Okay. And then we can spend our clues in advance. Well, on the plus side, the first act, when the threats were very minimal, was actually pretty chill. Alright, you find your friend's satchel scorched with a stylized emblem of an open palm. Wherever your friend is, you imagine they didn't go willingly. As you turn to leave, you are confronted by a masked figure wreathed in flame. As the room erupts into flames around you, they let out a chilling wail. Discard each enemy in play, put the set-aside dormitories and Miskatonic Quad locations into play, spawn the set-aside Servant of Flame enemy at the dormitories, attach 1 set-aside copy of Fire to your friend's room, place each of their set-aside copy of Fire in the encounter discard pile. Alright. So I learnt, this time, don't kill him. Do not kill him. Okay, so we get 1 fire here, and then we have our remaining fire treacheries going there. Okay, we're going to give this guy to Trish. Oh no, he has prey. So he's going to go for literally anybody else. So why don't we give him to Daniela? But it's literally anybody, which is really funny. Okay. An enemy entered our location, so we're quickly going to play a Gather Intel. So we're going to draw 2 cards. We're just spoiled for choice here. Okay, so attach 1 to your friend's room, place each other. Perfect. I think he spawns the dormitories. He does spawn at the dormitories. Thank you. Alright, so then we're going to shuffle these back in. Okay, then that's no problem. We'll just do the whole plan. Trish can go in there, evade him, and then we just move through. Thank you, Picaroon. Alright, escape the dorms. Burning Apparition stands between you and the exit. You must escape the dormitories. Objective: each undefeated investigator is at a Miskatonic Quad. Advance. Hint: sometimes it's better to run than to fight. Okay. We'll advance. The wind carries the scent of smoke from across campus. A plume of flames rises from a nearby building. In player order, each investigator tests brain 3. Each investigator fails, take 1 horror. So we're going to go 2 to 3 here. Yeah, that's a horror over here. 2 to 3 here. Yeah, that's a horror over here. 3 to 3 here. Oh yeah, that's a horror over here. I'll put that on you, actually. And then we have 3 to 3 here. Yeah, that's a horror. Okay, so our skulls are now -2s. Okay. The sky glows a faint orange as the flames spread. As an action, parlay, test book 2. If you succeed, discard a bystander enemy at your location. Okay. That was Trish's card. We now go to Joe. Hellhound. Alright, now we'll play the Gather Intel, and it's actually the Hellhound, so we got an achievement there. Okay. During the enemy phase. Yeah, I know. I mean, the Damn Next, that's I think that's the big reason why Guardian should get some like charisma, unique Guardian charisma style support. Mutated. Okay. Brain 4. If you fail, you must either take 2 damage or each investigate location takes a horror. All right. Well, we're gonna go 3 to 4. And I'm gonna just take 2 damage, I think. And then Daniela gets another one of these, so we're gonna go 3 to 4. We'll take 2 damage. I'll put 1 of it on the beat cop, of course. Okay! If each investigator is here... Okay, so this motherfucker has 20 health. That's pretty cool, huh? That's a big-ass number. So Trish can move in. Trish can evade the guy. We're, what, 5 to 4? It's not great. We can use this to go 7 to 4, which is not a for sure thing. We could draw a card before. What would we draw if we drew a card before? Trish has manual dexterity. She has nimble. Honestly, it's probably worth it to draw a card. So Trish is going to go first. She's going to draw a card. Okay. I probably will commit it. We're then going to move in here. Heal the damage and a horror, limit once per game. We're going to take our free evade, and we're going to go 6, 7, 8 to 4. Nice. He's evaded. And then we're going to move to the Miskatonic Quad. If there are exactly 1 or 2 investigators in the game. What the hell? What the hell? Normally that works for me. What the hell? That's not cash money. We got a -1, so we succeeded by... No, we got a -2 there, so we did not succeed exactly by 3. Okay. Alright. How do we want to get rid of this guy? Tommy could fire his gun. Joe could commit this vicious blow. Yeah, okay. Tommy's gonna fire his gun. Ooh, but what if Daniela just does that? What if she just does that and we save the gun? What if she just, like, engages him, and then it attacks her, and then she can take a fight action, but it's only 2 damage, but we can commit a vicious blow. That doesn't seem bad, so let's do that. We're going to exhaust it, and this guy's going to engage us. We're going to take a damage and a horror. And then we may take a fight action against that enemy. So we're going to go... We actually don't even need to. We can just go 8 to 2. This is free. First one's on the house. This guy takes 2. And this is only when he attacks you during the enemy phase do you have to discard an asset. Attack again. This guy's dead. And then Daniela is just going to go 1, 2. Don't mind me, just stepping through. I think getting down the Grim Memoir would be pretty nice for Joe to do. I still want to see if I can sniff out that autopsy report, but I think realistically that autopsy report's going to be better in the next scenario. So I think we're just going to move, and we're going to play this Grim Memoir. And then Tommy is going to move, and then he's going to play a Soothing Melody, so we're going to heal 2 damage and draw a card. Whoa! They come in pairs! Alright, we can do that at the start of the next turn, so we might as well do that. Fire. When the investigation phase ends. Alright, upkeep. Burning the Midnight Oil. Detective's Intuition. A Remington. Vicious Blow. Weird that I'm using different Vicious Blows, but that's just the kind of guy I am, I guess. Alright, we're going to go to 1 of 5. Evil card over here is a Bystander. Doom. When the enemy is defeated, place 1 Doom on the current agenda. This effect can cause the current agenda to advance. Cosmic Evils. We're going to take the Ancient Evil on this, I think. Well, Tommy, you ready to take a damage and discard a card at random? So we're gonna go 3 to 5. I guess we're taking 2 damage. You know, it was kind of nice to have this Soothing Melody, but I guess we have another one. Or do we? We do. And then over here... Unspeakable Truths. After you discover 1 or more clues, take a horror, discard it. Easy, no problem. Alright, let's advance. You emerge from the dormitories, lungs bursting into the crisp autumn evening. Looking behind you, there is no trace of your pursuer. You remember your friend planned to consult Miskatonic University's head librarian, Dr. Henry Armitage. He may be able to help you understand what is going on. Search all in-play and all out-of-play areas for the Servant of Flame, heal all damage to them, and set them aside out of play. Discard each enemy in play. Eat it, loser. This guy goes set aside. Discard all tokens and attachments from your friend's room and remove from the game. Put each remaining set aside location into play. Orin Library, Science Alt, and Warren Observatory. Okay, this gets removed. And then we get Orin Library, Science Hall, Warren Observatory. A nice little cross. Alright, and now our skulls are -3, so things are starting to get a little spicy. Your friend had mentioned visiting the head librarian, Dr. Henry Armitage. With more and more strange figures arriving, you must scour the campus for his whereabouts. Objective. At the end of the round, investigators at the Orin Library may spend the requisite number of clues as a group. We need 12 of them. Okay. Okay, so we gotta get some clues, brother. We might as well end on the Orin Library. Alright. Whoopsie. I think Task Force is pretty alright right now. We're gonna spend 2 resources. Yeah. Alright. We're gonna, no, it's not the right time. We don't have an action ability to trigger at this location. Trish could move in here, here, or here. These probably are victory. So we want to get these. I've only played this one once. How's it going, Corns, then? Joe is probably just going to move in and investigate with his Grim Memoir. Grim. I think Daniela is going to draw a card. Checking. Okay. I think Daniela is going to do right tool for the job. We're going to try to see if we can fish out that boxing gloves. Yes! And then we're going to, I think, gain a resource. And we're going to play this next turn. Yes! Okay, it's cooking a clock! Okay. I think Tommy's going to Soothing Melody himself again. We'll draw a card. Custom Grip is kind of cute. The Remington is nice. I think Tommy's going to move into the Warren Observatory for his second action. I have to discover one or more clues at this location. Draw a card, limit once per round. Okay. And then I think Tommy's going to just gain a resource for his last action. Okay. I think Trish is going to move into the Warren Observatory. And then she is going to burn the Midnight Oil with this Perception. And honestly, let's just put the whole hand in this. Let's just do the whole thing. So we have 5 with the Magnifying Glass, 6, 7, 8, so the game's 3. We don't get to draw off the Lucky Cigarette Case, but we do get to draw off the Perception, and we do grab 2 clues. So we're going to take it and not complain too much. We succeed by exactly 1. So we are going to place an evidence on Mr. Alton O'Connell. We'll draw a card. Pickpocketing is cute. Don't know if I want to spend the action for it. I think what we do is we use the cryptographic... No, we wait on the cryptographic cipher, and we play pickpocketing instead to close out our turn. I'm feeling pretty good. Okay, we have Joe and just Joe left. So I think Joe is going to go check out the Science Hall. So he's going to move in here. 2 Shroud. If you discover one or more clues at Science Hall, choose and discard a card from your hand. That ain't no problem for a beast like me. Friendly reminder, there's text on this location. Yeah, I'll draw a card. I'll draw a card. If you really want me to, I will. How's it going, Rustage? Yeah, it's my first time trying it. I've discovered one or more clues, choose and discard a card. We're going to use the Grim Memoir. We're going to go 6-2 for our second action here. -3. We don't fail by 2 or more, so we're going to discover a clue. We don't draw a card, but we'll discard this Well-Dressed, and then we're going to do that one more time at 6-2. I feel like I'm taking do-it-again pills. Let's discard the Well-Dressed. Okay. Not too bad, all things considered. We'll go Upkeep. Burning the Midnight Oil. A Bounty. The Quicker Picker-Upper. A Stand Together. And a Clean Them Out. Alright, give me some enemies. I wanna do some fighting. 3 of 5. Noxious Smoke. We'll go foot. We'll go 5-3. I think we'll go 6-3 to beat the Skulls here. Or just pass by enough to draw a card. Deduction is interesting. Over here on Joe. What's the last agenda? I'm not even going to look. We're just going to take the Ancient Evils. I think our pace is really good. It was supposed to be you! Oh, good. Oh, no, this is when we don't fight. Alright, so how do we sequence this? Trish wants to evade the doomed bystander. We also could parlay with him. It's only a 2 test. Joe got rid of his parlay cards, but we're not too worried about that. I mean, in theory, one of us should be able to just pass it. I mean, killing this guy is good. But I'd like Daniela to do the killing instead. So Trish can get some clues and then move, engage the bystander, and evade the bystander. That seems like a good way to get a lot of value. Daniela then runs in. She plays her boxing gloves. She lets the priest attack her with the wrench. And then we start going into Value City. That also sounds really good. Joe is going to grab these clues and discard some cards, and then he moves up to the center. Tommy is going to move up to the center and play a stand together. That doesn't sound too bad. This rookie cop, I'd love to get a clue off of it, but I don't really know a window in which that can happen. Tommy could also just fire a gun, but I really want to start getting the boxing glove value, you know? So I think we do that. Alright, Trish is going to use the cryptographic cipher. So we're going to investigate. -2 Shroud. This becomes 1, so we're going to use Alton to grab this clue, which will let us draw a card. Flashlight's fun to replace this. We'll then investigate at 5-1. We'll grab a clue. We're going to move into this location. We're going to engage the doomed bystander. And then we're going to use our free evade to evade it at 5-1. Oh, God, no! No! Anyways. Daniela is going to hop into here. She's going to spend 2 to play the boxing gloves, which we have an extra slot for because of the bandolier. I think we're going to have an engage on this. So we're engage this guy. He can attack me for a damage. I'll take it on the chin. And then we can fight him. And we're going to resolve clean them out, which is going to give us 2 resources. And we are 7-2. I don't want to do that. I like the money, but I think all I need to do is play the bandages. So I think we just hit with this then, because then it'll kill him. So we get to go, I believe it's now 9-2. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, he's cooked. We'll look at the top 6 for a spirit. 1-2 punch is kind of crazy. Astute, it's fucking working. And then I have an action to just move back into the center. That's kind of hype. Tommy's going to move into the center. No, he's going to go last. Joe is going to investigate at 6-2. Nice. We're going to draw 2 cards, one from our ability, one from the Grim. I must discard a card. I think we're a little too late for this autopsy report. It does have good icons. I think we're going to kill the bounty. I don't think we're going to play a card again. Alright, and then we'll investigate 6-2 one more time. 5-2. 2-2. We'll grab a clue. I'll discard, I think, this detective's intuition. And then we're going to move up here. Alright, so I think what Tommy wants to do is I think Tommy is going to face check the library. I've only played this scenario once, and I did not internalize what's on a location. So we're going to just see if there are 2 clues here. We could also try to do this thingamajig with the bystander, but I think him attacking Trish for 1's not the end of the world. So Tommy's going to move in here. I think he's going to do a stand together with Daniela. And then he's going to move into this location. That's my stand together. double action, draw 3 cards, the 4 shroud, 4 clues. Alright, here's our first big location test. Alright, enemy phase, attack here. We then go upkeep for everybody. Uncanny specimen. Laboratory assistant. Let me handle this. End of the road. Okay. When the final agenda's in play, which is conveniently right now. Alright, let's advance. Cinders fly through the air above Mysticon University. The wail of a fire alarm resounds across the quad as dozens of frightened students flee the scene. If they are still set aside, place 4 set-aside copies of Fire in the encounter discard pile. That would be so bad. If you were still on Act 1, that's rough. In player order, each investigator tests with 3. Each investigator fails, takes a damage. Alright, we're going to go 5 to 3 with Trish. She's good. 2 to 3 with Joe. He passes? Joe, you're the best. 2 to 3. Okay, I will draw the topmost Fire in the encounter discard pile, and we do take a damage. Sorry. We're going to put the damage on the rookie cop to grab a clue here. And then we grab the topmost Fire and put it here. Trish, you got to put that Fire out. We'll go Brain. 3 all. I'll take 2 damage. 2. Okay. We don't have much book cards to get with Practice Makes Perfect. We only have... And we have to take the initiative. That would be the way, right? So Joe is going to parlay with the bystander. And we're going to play a Practice Makes Perfect. We're going to look at the top 9 for a practice card. We have to take the initiative. I just skipped the Mythos phase. Thank you. That always happens. Okay, we can go back in time. And it even happens with me a 2-player. That's not even a 4-handed thing. Alright, yeah, let's keep drawing cards. Thank you. This campus is ablaze, parlay. Oh, I drew cards, though. Are you sure? I drew this card on Daniela. Okay, we can go back in time. So Daniela, she didn't take the test. This one comes here. Tommy Elder thinged, yes. And then Daniela's here, so she has to do this test. She passes that test, and we get to deal damage to an enemy at our location. We're not going to. This one comes here. So then this is Trish's. So Trish goes 5 to 3. So then Daniela doesn't take that damage. This was Trish's card. She passes. We now come over here. Yeah, the fire, me grabbing the fire is what broke up my sequencing. Alright, we're gonna go 4 to 3 here. I'm gonna go... Honestly, we're gonna do the thing that I just did. I'm gonna grab it, take the initiative. Which puts me at 7 to 3. Oopsie. This is what I wanted to do. Where is the fucking thing? Shuffle in. Alright, 7 to 3. Nice. I know that looks sus that but I was trying to put the cards away. I have a rule with myself that we only draw the token when, you know, it's acknowledging to draw the token. Your evil card is a mutated experiment. When this enemy is defeated, each investigator at this location takes a horror. Okay. And now Daniela's card is a wild compulsion. So now we go 3 to 3. We fail by 2. I can lose 2 resources. Alright. Now we are where we are. And we're going to go back to the take the initiative parlaying with the doomed bystander. So we have 7 to 2. Alright, now he's discarded. So I think Tommy chills here. Oh, and Tommy's over here. Do we want Tommy to go first? No, we don't. Joe's just not going to enter that location this turn. Joe's going to set up. So Joe's going to spend 2 for a laboratory assistant. We'll draw 2. And then I think we're going to gain a resource because we have to pay for our problem down the road, our signature. Tommy now is going to try to kill this guy. Okay. I mean, we're going to just fire at this guy at 5 to 3. Nope. No retaliate. We're going to go again, 5 to 3. Yeah, I'll take a damage. Tommy, you can do this, brother. You're up 2 on standard. You can deal 1 damage, right? He can deal... Well, he can deal 2 damage, actually. Alright, so then Daniela moves in. She's going to take the damage. She's going to take the horror with Tommy. That's not the end of the world. We can just put it on me. So why don't we move in here. Let's clean them out. Gain 2 resources. So then we go 7 to 3. Nice. He's dead. We're each going to take a horror. I will look at the top 6 of my deck. Give me the 1-2 punch. We're going to play an end of the road. So we're going to draw a card, gain a resource, and get an action. And then I think we're going to spend 2. We're going to play a Hallowed Mirror. And then I think we're going to spend 2 and play a Bandages, which seems like a pretty good way to end this turn. Trisha's got to come in here and put out the fire, so that's going to be her priority 1. So we're going to move into this location. We're going to go 5 to 3. I think first we're going to fast out this Uncanny Specimen, and then we go 5 to 3. Plus 0. Alright, well, we're going to draw a card off the Lucky Cigarette case. So now this is gone. And I think then, sorry, we had 5 to 3. I drew a 0, so I get to place an evidence on Alton O'Connell. You don't exhaust him for that. That's kind of good. And then I think I'm going to spend 2 to play Flashlight. Okay. And now we can go upkeep. Nimble is not doing too much right now. Joe grabs a bounty, which is okay. Another rookie cop. I think we want to get a police dog down for Tommy. He's sitting on 9 resources. I think Tommy's turn, if nothing happens, is going to be a police dog, a Remington, and then an investigate. Maybe with a little bit of a custom grip thrown in on that as well. Alright, 1 of 10. Evil card starting with Trish is a Hellhound. Alright. I don't think we need to let me handle this for this one. Joe draws an Unspeakable Truth, which is kind of okay. He can kind of transition into kill mode now. A Mutated Experiment is a little bit unfortunate, but that should be expected. And then we have a Bystander. What a crazy turn of events this is. Okay. Well, no sense in Joe going in there unless Joe wants to get a bunch of resources. Honestly, what I really want to do with Joe is actually move in here and play the Autopsy Report. Move in here, gain a resource, and then play Autopsy Report. That seems pretty good, right? That seems like kind of fine. I think we're going to do it. We're going to move in here. We're going to gain a resource. We're going to play Autopsy Report. Trish, my friend. Okay, this is an end of the round, right? Okay, we only want to do this if we're feeling confident in our ability to get through this okay. You don't got alert, right? You're just a guy like me. Okay, you're just a guy like me. We could try to evade him. Goes 7-4 with the Nimble and the other Alton. We could... Then we talk to the bystander at 4-2. Commit something to that. I can commit this task force. I don't think that's going to be a thing. Daniela's just punching. Daniela's turn is pretty straightforward. I think she's killing this guy. We're all taking a horror, that's for sure. I'll tell you that much right now. It looks like everybody here is taking a horror. But I think my goal is to get every clue with the autopsy report. So I think in a perfect world, let's talk about the perfect world situation. I think in a perfect world, everything is dead and we have all 3 clues. So let's make that perfect world happen, shall we? Let us... I guess we don't even need to evade this guy, but then what else is Trish doing? So Tommy goes first. Tommy attempts to kill the Hellhound. That seems like a pretty good place to start. No, but then Tommy can't play the police dog. That's the other perfect world, right? Where Tommy also has police dog and Remington in play. That's the other perfect world. So I think the correct answer to this question is Daniela goes first. And Daniela is going to punch this thing at 7-3. Daniela is going to engage this thing, and it's going to attack her. So she's going to take a damage and a horror, which we're going to put on the beat cop, and he dies. We now going to take a fight action, and we're going to have Joe commit a vicious blow. So now we are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-3. And this is all actionless. He's dead, so everybody takes a horror. Now, this guy is dead. We're going to trigger a bounty, the quicker picker-upper, and we're going to give 3 resources back to Daniela. We also have a boxing gloves on the stack, so let's just quickly resolve that. Looks like we have no spirits here. Just kidding, I lied to you for fun. Okay. We also have an autopsy report that I would like to trigger. So we get plus X, where X is the enemy's printed health, so we're at 7-4. We're going to go 8, 9-4 with these 2 deductions. That is currently a -3, so we'll grab 1, 2, 3 clues, and we'll put a horror from this on the laboratory assistant. Okay. Honestly, the perfect world is looking pretty good right now, right? Okay. So I think Daniela is just going to punch some things. I think she's just going to punch the Hellhound 3 times at 6-2. We already got a lot of value. I mean, we might as well clean him out first. So 6-2. That's a damage. 6-2. That's a damage. 6-2. Fatality. Hellhound is dead. Okay. This was Joe's vicious blow. Now Tommy is going to go 1, 2, 3, get out the police dog. Tommy's going to spend a resource and then pay 1, 2, 3 for the Remington. And it's going to come in with 2 additional pieces of ammo. And then we're going to put on the custom grip. And then I think Tommy's last action is draw a card. Loose cannon would actually be really bad here. I don't even know what that does. So why don't we give that a quick look? Yeah, that's pretty shit. That'd be pretty bad. That'd be pretty bad, chat. Okay. I want to draw the cards, but I don't want to draw the operative, and we have a pretty high chance of doing that. So I think we just try to parlay at 4 to 2 until he's gone. He's gone. Okay, this should have actually been reshuffled before. How did this fire get discarded? This fire should be here, right? Yeah, I have to still clear out this fire. Okay. Drew this. No, because we drew through these 3 enemies. The fire was gone last turn. This should have been reshuffled before these 3 guys got here. That's how this should be. These 3 were the cards we drew after the Unspeakable Truths. Okay. Honestly, I'm going to take the draw 3, and if we draw our weakness, that's just life. We didn't, so that's good. Alright, well then let's spend our 12 clues. Sorry, upkeep first. And then we advance this. You find Dr. Armitage barricaded in one of Orin Library's lecture halls. We're in the library, right? Just want to make sure. Yep. Some on campus have been acting strange lately. Your friend among them. But all of that can wait. We must confront your pursuer and stop them before the entire campus burns. Put the set aside Dr. Henry Armitage. Store your ass into play under any investigator's control. He does not take up an ally slot. During the scenario, put the set aside Servant of Flame in to be able to play at the Miskatonic Quad and place 12 clues on it. Alright. Is that 12? Looks like it. Okay. So then we search for... So we get Dr. Henry Armitage. That seems pretty alright for Trish. Then we have to search for 4 fires. Okay, so then that goes to Trish. So first one, attach to the nearest location without a fire. Here, here, here. And then this guy's at the Miskatonic Quad. Your fiery nemesis can't be allowed to hurt more innocents. With Dr. Armitage's help, perhaps you can stop them. Spend player clues as a group. Deal player damage to an enemy at your location. Resign. If the Servant of Flame is defeated, we advance. Okay. Oh, fuck. Alright, I think we're going to take the first watch here. So we're going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, well, Trish, you're going to take this one. No one has clues, so this is going to Surge. I think we give that one to Daniela. I think I can take this one. We give that one to Joe. It's not terrible. What I want to know is, are you having fun? Oh yeah, I'm always having fun when I play Arkham. Test brain 2. If you fail, you must either take 2 damage. Sure, I can take 2 damage. Alright, we'll just resolve these in turn order. 5 to 3. I think we commit this to go 6 to 3. Looks like too much work. I mean, I come up with the strategy pretty quickly, right? We're going to move into this location. So we have 6 to 3. Sorry. Did we end up that 6 to 3? Did we get an evidence on my boy? Okay. We're going to go 4 to 5. We're going to go 5 to 4. Switch it up on you. Huge. Oh, sorry. This. 3 to 2. We'll go 4 to 2. Place 1 ammo on an asset you control. Sure. And then Daniela is going to gain the surge because she's most prepared for an enemy. Not that enemy. I mean, he's just going to fucking die. We're just going to kill him. Did I place Doom on this? Nope. Perfect. Okay, so Trish has got to evade the man, put out the fire, and then start getting clues. This all seems pretty doable. So why don't we start by... The first action performed each round does not provoke attacks of opportunity. Okay, that doesn't matter. And that's a lightning bolt to spend the clues. That's kind of sick with it. Okay, I think we're going to put Tommy in this first. Tommy's going to spend 2, and we're finally going to play the task force. So we're going to move. Oh, no, we're not going to do that yet. We're not. We need this guy, because this guy doesn't have massive. He's actually just engaged with Trish. So Trish needs to evade. 6, 7, 8 to 4. That's -4. So we do succeed and we get a draw card. Thank God we were not bamboozled by the baddies. We're gonna spend an evidence to discover a clue. We're gonna then try to put out the fire at 5 to 3. Being up 2 is okay. We're gonna put this one out. We're definitely skewing higher. Like I think our average is like -3. All right, again. All right, we're gonna cancel that token and reveal a new one. We get a draw card because the test was successful. So we're gonna get rid of this fire, which is the scary one. And then for our last action, we'll investigate at 6 to 1. 5 to 1, we succeed by 4. Okay. Now Tommy's gonna go, and we're gonna do the task force. So we're gonna move into this location. We're gonna discover a clue, and then we're gonna trigger a shot on our Remington. So that's gonna put us at 5 to 4, but we can use Saxon to go 7 to 4. And then that's going to be 2 damage on this guy. I think then for our last action, it's just better if we investigate 3 to 1. See? It was better. Joe's going to move in here. And we're going to investigate at 4 to 1. How's it going, Time Roller? We're going to grab a clue, which is going to let us draw a card. Hey, thank you so much for 79 months at the Golden Table Time Roller. Thank you for your support, and thank you for the Bezos bucks. We're going to investigate again at 4-1. -3, we'll grab a clue. We'll then spend 1, 2, 3, 4 to deal this guy 4 damage, putting him up to 6. Daniela is going to get attacked, and we'll heal her with the bandages to move into this location. And then she's going to punch this bystander in the face. I know. We can't stop her. She's a maniac. So we're going to go 6-1. So he's dead. We're going to place a doom on the agenda. But then we're going to trigger autopsy report, and we're going to investigate at 5-1. Nice. And then Daniela's going to finish this up with a 1-2 punch targeting the Servant of Flammy. So, we got a fight. We're at 5, 6, 7-4. I can use this Vicious Blow to go 8-4. Uh-oh. Nice. So we're going to deal it... oh, I should have done the boxing gloves, but I'm going to say I missed my window. We're going to deal 2 damage there. And then we're going to resolve this again. So we're at 5, 6, 7, 8-4. This is our last action here. Nice. So we'll take that and go to 10. And then Daniela, because this guy has prey lowest foot, which can be any of these guys, Daniela is going to take the Servant of Flame. And then we go upkeep. Alright, please no Joe weakness. Okay, huge draw, actually. So I think we're done drawing cards with Joe. And we're going to see what happens here with Daniela. Alright, 4 of 10 Doom. We're going to go 3-4. Sure. We fail, so we're just going to take 2 damage. We're going to put 1 on Alton. A Bystander. A Hellhound. Yeah, Surge. A Mutated Experiment. Okay, well this is a fun little turn of events, isn't it? I mean, I think we can win this turn pretty easily. I guess the question is, can we get all these clues? We're going to get one of the clues with Alton. So I think we fast out the magnifying glass. Long-time video watcher, first-time stream watcher. Welcome, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you. Okay. Honestly, I think we're just going to throw 3 investigates at 7-1 here. First one. 6-1. You may disengage from each enemy and move to a connected location. No, that's okay. We're going to go again. 7-1. That's a clue. 7-1. Sure. Alright, so we got 2 of the clues. If we get all 3, Daniela only needs to hit on like 1 of her attacks. A retaliate would be brutal. Daniela would die. So I wonder if there's a way we can do this. Yes, this is Brethren of Ash. Okay, well, we're going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4 clues to deal this guy another 4. I mean, I wonder if we can just kill him like this, right? So what if Tommy goes next? Like, what if we just take the Chaos Bag out of it? That's always the best way to get ahead, right? So we fire at this guy with the Remington. So we get a fire at 4, 5 to 2. We're going to take that. I think we're going to cancel that token. And then we get to draw a card. I get to draw a card. So we're going to deal 2. We're then going to go again. And we're going to commit a machete to go 6 to 2. Alright, this guy's dead. So that's now going to trigger... Oh, we should have taken a horror from that last turn. No, we did. That was this, I think. Maybe not. No, we did. Yeah, we did. Oh, no, because we came in and we investigated. So we should take one more horror. Okay, that does matter. Alright, so then Tommy's investigating... Sorry, no, Joe's investigating with this autopsy report. So we go 7, 8 to 1. We're going to take another horror. And then Tommy's going to investigate with Saxon, and we're going to go 5 to 1. More gun, more gun. Alright, and then we're going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4 to deal another 4 damage to this guy, putting him to 18. And then we don't even risk the retaliate. And Joe Diamond is just going to take 1 and 1 here, and then 1 and 1 here. So this guy's going to fight us. We're going to take 2 and 2, and then we're going to kill him with the toe-to-toe damage. And then we'll advance. Your nightmare's pursuer reels back, clutching both hands to their head as if trying to pry their mask off. The sound of sirens in the distance grows louder. You turn to see a gaggle of terrified students rush past you. When you turn your attention back to your flaming nemesis, they have vanished into thin air. Resolution uno. We defeated their masked pursuer. We defeated our masked pursuer. Yay! Choose an investigator to become the bearer of Dr. Henry Armitage. Honestly, I kind of like it for Joe a bit more. We earn 7 victory in total. Yay! No, so I mean, sometimes text is just there to, like, tell a story over it. Okay. Alright, well, we're gonna save the university. We always do that. So then we earn a trauma, physical, and a bonus XP. Okay. Ouch, 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 ouch. And then we will go to Smoke and Mirrors. But first, we probably should update these decks, huh? People probably want to see that in the video. So why don't we do that in the video? 8. 8. 8. 8. Okay. Alright, well I would love to add another autopsy report, and then we can cut a grim memoir. I mean, is it crazy for Joe to just, like, update his skills? What do we have in our side deck? Yeah, we have the Blackjack. Ah, yes, this guy was playing the Psychoanalysis. I mean, I think I'd like to add at least one of these to my deck. And then we have 2 XP left. Alright, I think we can drop the toe-to-toe. Yeah, we're using full card pool. I think probably just a Blackjack is okay. That's a bit better than the Machete. Alright, Joe. Nice job. What do we have over here? I mean, do we want a Charisma in this deck? The 2 Remingtons ain't a bad idea. Just, like, get the Remingtons, like, loaded, like, locked and loaded. I think that's where, like, the most power we can get from our upgrade is. I'm down for that. That's really simple. Don't need to think too hard. I think this Tommy deck was fine. Oh yeah, the Psychoanalysis 3 is a very, very powerful little trick there. Alright, I think we want the upgraded boxing gloves. And then we have 2 XP left. 2 sweeping kicks sounds like a good idea to me. Okay, I think I can lose the toe-to-toes. And then Trish... I think we do 2 Lolas. And then... I think I like the Cosmic Revelations a bit more than the Out the Doors at this point. Alton, you actually brought the fucking noise, man. You were great in that first scenario. What am I cutting? I think I can cut the Where's the Parties. They're kind of like the card draw, which is like where the Cosmic Revelation is filling. Alright, well, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll be back in a few days on the More PBG channel for the next episode when we're going to go smoke and mirrors. I do feel as if I'm drowning a little bit. That's something that happens when my brain is working. That's how I describe the feeling of my brain thinking a lot. So we are going to just take a little bit of a break before the next one, but thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one, and as always, a GG's.